Welcome everybody. Today we're gonna play some bedwars again. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a story, guys. About me in high school, which was, a few years ago. I think I was like in the seventh or eighth grade, if I'm not mistaken, because I have a different school system. We go from, our high school is like 5 until 10. Most likely. You can also go to you can also do 11, 12, 13 if you wish to do that. Not many people do that though. But you can if you want to. But yeah. Basically, in high school, I got detention. Not even because I was bad. No, I wasn't bad that I got detention. No. I got detention because I talked too loudly in my class while we were doing a group project. Yeah, I still don't understand how that works. But yeah, I basically talked too loud for the teacher during a assignment which was group projects, but okay. And to be fair, the rest of the class was literally 10 times louder than me, but we're just gonna ignore that. Because everybody ignores that. But yeah, basically, I got detention, and I was like, okay, I don't really care, I'm gonna go to it, we're gonna do some stuff, and then I'm fine, I don't care. So yes, because detention for us was always on Friday, so I was like, okay, I'll be there on Friday. So, before Friday, the day Friday came around, and a classmate of mine, she also had detention, I don't know why. But yeah, basically, she told me, oh yeah, there's no detention today. And I was like, what? Because it was also always held by one teacher. One single teacher did the detention, not attention. So yeah, I was kind of like, what? But, and she was like, yeah, no, it's not today. And I was like, okay, why? And she was like, yeah, the teacher's sick. And I was like, okay. Happens. I even asked my a main teacher, because you have main teachers in our school. In high school, you have main teachers for a few years. So yeah, I asked her, and she was like, "Yeah, that teacher's sick today." I was like, "Okay." So technically, I don't have to go to detention because the teacher is sick. So I had to go next week to that, because the teacher was sick. And I didn't go to detention. I just went home by bus and train and whatever. Yeah. The school called my mom. They were like, oh yeah, why is your daughter skipping detention? And I was like, what? And I was like, what? Because, oh no. Oops. I probably should focus a bit more. But yes, basically I asked my mom, why is your daughter skipping detention? And she came to me, she was like, what? And I was like, what? They literally told me she was sick today. So my mom gave that back and was like, yeah, my daughter said, that woman is sick today. And is that guy cheating? What? Hacks. Okay, never mind. Now the blocks appear. So yeah. Bye. So they asked my mom. They were like, yes, there is detention today. The teacher is not sick. My mom was like, what? And I was like, what? Because they literally told me that. So they were like, oh yeah, that is actually very, very bad if your daughter just skips detention. It's gonna be, they thought I was gonna be a criminal afterwards. So I was like, what the hell? So, I told my mom. Then the teacher must have lied to me, because otherwise this is so weird, because they literally told me she's sick. Why wouldn't I go otherwise? Because I told my mom the entire week to detention. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to detention, it's fine. I told her I'm gonna do that, and I'm not a liar, so I basically told my mom yeah, then they are lying, because I literally, I didn't do anything. And my mom basically said to the school yeah, then you're kind of a liar right now. The school, bro, they freaked out so much. It was so because they were like, what? We're not liars. Your daughter is a liar, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm literally 13 years old, or 12 at most. No, I was older, but how old was I? I think 13. 13 or 14, but I think heavily that it was 13. So yeah. So I went there the next week. Because, you know, then I had to do the detention all over again. But that only on next week then, because that's how it works. And the Monday I got into school, because detention was on Friday. The Monday I got into school, they literally told me straight up, they were like, my main teacher and the principal, actually, like not the principal, but like the, is it the principal? Was it the principal? It could have been the principal, actually, I'm not sure. But yeah, the principal came up to me and was like, yeah, come to my office. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to go down. Yeah. Aw. Go down. No! Down. I have TNT as well. I'm kind of in a bad spot here. I can try to kill that one. I'm gonna kill myself, but I got at least another kill. I'm fine with that. Okay, let's go again. I didn't get kill credit for that. What? Okay, because my team. Okay, that makes sense. Anyhow, then the principal, if I'm not mistaken, and my teacher asked me like, yeah, come to the principal's office. I was like, okay. Oh no. I knew it wasn't gonna end well, so I said, okay, I'm gonna go. Because I didn't want more trouble. And I didn't like anyone there, actually. I didn't like the teacher. I liked a few teachers, but mostly not. I didn't like anything at that school. So I said, okay, I'll just do this now. So I did it, and I went to it was literally the first break Monday morning, and I was like, okay. Because we have like 2 hours of class, then you get a break, which is 20 minutes, then you have, you know... Oh. Then you again have like 2 hours and then another break and so on and so forth. But they're all mostly like 15, 20 minutes. And then you get like a lunch break, which is half an hour? Or no, I think at my high school it was an hour. They wanted to shorten it, but a lot of people were like, no, so they didn't. But yeah, it was literally the first thing in the morning after like some class. I think after math class, which I had with my main teacher. Amazing. So yeah, she hated me from that point onward, literally. She hated me so hard. I survived. But yeah, she literally hated me from then on. Probably isn't a good thing, because she was literally my main teacher where we should go to if we have problems or whatsoever. So yeah. She hated me. I knew that very well. Excuse me. Okay. I don't know what I just did. But yeah, I then went to the office with them. Very intimidating. I was 13 probably, or maybe a bit younger, I'm not sure actually. I sat there and chilling and everything. And opposite of me, my teachers, like my principal and my main teacher sat. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun. So yeah, they basically were telling me the entire time like, oh, you cannot lie about your teachers, what they say to you, blah blah blah. But I was like, yeah, you didn't lie to me, you literally told that. Like, it's not my fault if you're just telling lies. Literally, I mean, I didn't say it like that, of course not. I was a very small child, very insecure, very, very scared of everything that has to do with authority. So of course didn't say that. But I was a bit annoyed because they literally made me out to be the most horrible person ever and to be the most gruesome liar ever. So I was like, what the what the hell? So then... Where are they? Oh. But then... my main teacher, before the principal actually entered, she was like, yeah, do you have anything to say? I was like, No, that is what I stand by. You literally told us that. So, you know. I'm dead. Teammate, no. Okay, our bed is probably broken. No? I see my teammate fighting. Okay, that one fell. But yeah, she basically asked me, do you have anything to say? I was like, no. And she was like, but you lied about me. And I was like, I didn't. You told us that. And she was like, yeah, then you probably misheard. I was like, what? Like, I am not that delusional to lie about something like that. And she was like, yeah, but it's not good if you lie about your teachers. I was like, I didn't lie about my teachers. What do you mean? So she basically continues dragging on, being like, oh yeah, you lied. And I was like, okay. I guess I lied then. Because I was getting fed up at that point. So I literally just straight up said, okay, my bad then, I guess. Because it didn't bring me anything to continuously defend myself when literally nobody in that situation, in that room, believed me. So I said, okay. Guess not. Guess I'm a liar. Oh no. Guess I'm the dead liar, actually. Oh, never mind, I'm not. But yeah, am I completely alone? Okay, I was about to say. Why are we only 2 people? Where did our other teammate go? And that's not going well. But basically, I then literally admitted to being a liar, even though I wasn't. Because I was so stressed by that entire situation. As you know, I have social anxiety, so if someone comes at you and be like, you're a liar, you lied about this, Here. No, get out of the wall. I don't react that greatly to it. So, yeah. I was basically like, okay, then I guess I'm a liar. Because I was just fed up at this point. Literally, it was literally annoying me so much. So, yeah. Then they basically just lectured me for the rest of the break. And were like, oh yeah, don't ever tell lies about your teachers again. And I was like, okay. Hence, I really didn't even do that, but you know. I just said okay, because I was, you know, fed up with all of that. No, my kill! But yeah, it was rough. But yes, I got 5 kills in the other round. But yes, basically, they just lectured me for the rest of the break, and then the break was over, and I had immediately class, but I didn't even eat breakfast, so at least my main teacher had one thing about her, and she was like, oh, did you eat anything yet? And I was like, no, I've been stuck in this room with you two for the rest of the break. Of course I didn't. And she was like, yeah, okay, then tell the teacher, you know, you have with now that he can eat a bit because you were in a meeting. And I was like, this is a meeting? Okay. Oh, okay. And literally she hated me from that point on, and I did like 3 more years. And the thing is, I couldn't change math courses as well because you have like advanced math and you have like regular math. But for some reason, even though my grades in math weren't good at all in high school, I was always in advanced math. I asked even if I could go to regular math, but they were like, no. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was in, because we had that for English, German, and math, and I was in all of them advanced. I even asked in math to be in the normal one, but they were like, no. And I looked at the tests they were having. It was basically just like, what is 1 + 1? And I was like, okay, I can understand that now. Same with English tests, because I looked at one of their English tests, and I was just like, what? Because it was literally so easy. It was literally just, yeah, fill in this box. Like, is this right or is this wrong? And my tests in English, or like my exams, were more like, yes, you have to write a 500 letter text now about this and that topic. You have to write a comment, you have to do that. And I was like, oh, okay, I understand it now. But yes, basically the main teacher hated me from that on. I hated her. Yeah, and she felt my dislike. I didn't fully tell her my dislike. I mean, I probably have said it when she was present, but not fully in her face. But basically, I did show her that I didn't like her as well. She did give me flowers at the end of graduation. She gave everyone roses, and because my mom did like a lot of like work at the school, she gave her mom like a bouquet of flowers, but my mom wasn't there. because it was at the after party. So I just took them home, but I was like, yeah, I mean, it's probably just a must that you have to do that, not really because you like me. But yeah, that's basically how I was literally so belittled in my entire high school. No, basically just by my teachers. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, me ranting about how I literally got destroyed by 2 teachers, leave a like or don't, but if you watched me the entire time, you can just leave a like as well, because why not? Even if you didn't like it, just like it, because I like likes, so yes, just do that. So yes, I'll see you all next time, and yes, I wish you all best and watch my other videos, and yes, bye bye.